I just got confirmation that the Nikon ZF is going to be announced within a few minutes of midnight. That's Eastern time. We now know the exact price. We know the exact kit packages available, and we have pre-order links along with other leaked specifications. Stick around after this short break for all the details. But first, please subscribe to this channel and follow me on X. It really helps this channel get noticed, and it keeps you up to date on the latest camera gear, news, and rumors. Just a few minutes ago, my source told me that 100% the Nikon ZF is going to be announced within a few minutes of midnight, so I would suspect just shortly after midnight, when it's September the 20th, we'll get the announcement. Now, the price of the Nikon ZF has been rumored to be anywhere from $19.99 all the way up to $21.99 US dollars and 2,500 euros. Well, I'm happy to let you know that it isn't going to cost $21.99. It's not going to cost $20.99. And in fact, it's going to be priced less than $19.99. So what price is it going to be? Is it going to be $18, $17, or $16.99? No, and I'm just teasing you. I'm sorry, I shouldn't do this. The price of the Nikon ZF body alone is going to be priced at, are you ready for this? $1,996.99. So just below that price of $19.99 that Sony Alpha Rumors and Nikon Rumors have alluded to in US dollars. And you might notice that down below and in the description, I already have the smart pre-order links. The smart pre-order links, they're designed to show you every single kit package available, the body alone, the different kit packages, as well as the different kit packages that Adorama and B&H might also show off. And sometimes what they like to do, especially if it's a entry-level or mid-level camera, is they'll provide body alone. They'll also provide the option of choosing different kit lenses or different lenses outside of the normal kit packages available, as well as maybe throwing in memory cards or a camera bag, lens cleaner, and other things. So if you want to copy down these smart pre-order links, put them in your browser, take a look. They're not going to be effective right now, but as soon as the embargo's lifted, as soon as the pre-order's available, you put those into your browser for B&H or Adorama, and it's going to show you every single kit available. And what that's really going to do is it's going to save you a bit of time. You're going to see all the options available, so you can pre-order quicker than anybody else and get your camera quicker than anybody else, so get you further into the queue. So what kit packages are going to be available? Well, no surprises, body alone at $1,996.99. But we'll also have the Nikon ZF paired along with a 40mm f2, and also paired with the zoom, the 24-70 f4. So those are the three kit packages, or the three packages, three different SKUs available from Nikon. And as I mentioned, we'll probably get some packages available from B&H and Adorama. And if it's your first time buying a camera or you need some more kit, you might want to take a look at some of those packages, because what often happens is they're essentially throwing in several $100s worth of gear that if you bought separately would cost several $100s more. Now tonight, starting at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time or Eastern Daylight Time, I'm going to be hosting a live stream. We're going to start at 10:30 with a live panel of guests. That's 90 minutes before the expected announcement. We're going to talk about the latest leaked specifications. We're going to talk about the leaked images, and I'm going to introduce some more specifications that go into a little bit more detail about the video modes, about pixel shift. And we're going to also ask, well, I'm going to ask the question is, let me try that again. I'm going to ask the question, well, what would you do if you were the president of Nikon with this ZF? Who would you design it for? What capabilities would you put into it? And I'm also going to ask the question, looking at the Nikon ZF as it's coming out with a price of $1996.99, how does this relate to the Nikon Z6 Mark II and the upcoming Nikon Z6 Mark III? Where is this camera aimed? Because it's looking like it's very, very similar to the Nikon Z6 Mark II, but obviously it's missing certain capabilities, such as storage. The Nikon Z6 Mark II doesn't have a micro SD card slot, and that's one of the things we want to wait till later tonight to verify if the Nikon ZF actually does have dual card slots, with one of them being a micro SD card slot. I'd much rather have a CF Express Type B, especially for around $2,000. And then as soon as the time ticks over and we actually have the announcement, we're going to cover it live. And to help me cover it, I'm going to have a few more guests show up. And these guests, well, they've been reviewing the Nikon ZF for several days, maybe even several weeks. So join us starting at 10:30 for all the latest leaked specifications, where we talk about what we can expect to see in the Nikon ZF. And then join us right around midnight when we have the announcement. I have my guests on. And then if you're thinking of getting the Nikon ZF, you can ask them directly what they think of the Nikon ZF based on using the camera, who it's designed for, And they also have their own YouTube channel, so they'll be able to talk to you about their experience. These people have got, well, decades of experience in the camera industry, but I can't tell you anything more because sometimes what can happen with these things is things can always change at the last minute. But we're just a few hours away now, so I don't expect things to change. And if you want to stay up to date on all the latest camera gear news and rumors, then go ahead and subscribe and choose all notifications. It not only keeps you informed, but also it really does help this channel grow. And for all those minor news stories, those news stories that aren't quite, well, big enough to have their own separate video, pricing information, or changes to specifications, well, then go ahead and follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, because I'm constantly putting out information that, as I said, isn't big enough to have its own separate video, but it's perfectly good to be announced on Twitter. And also X, well, they don't penalize me if I put out 6, 7, 8, or even 10 messages a day, whereas YouTube limits me to 3 videos after that. They're not going to tell anybody about them. But that's it for now. Don't forget to join me tonight, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, for our live coverage of the Nikon announcement of the Nikon ZF with my live panel of guests and guests who actually have been using and testing out this camera for the past several weeks. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you again soon.